Hey everybody, welcome to my show. Today we're going to look at anthrax. I put an early show up so you can see how this band has really changed with the times. This one's in like 85 or 86. Anthrax is from New York City. They're thrash from 81. That's when they began. Scott Ian and Dan Lilker. And with Metallica, Megadeth, and Slayer, Anthrax is a Big Four member. And unique for being from the East Coast. And East Coast Pete can attest to this. Anthrax was a force unto themselves at first. Overkill in New Jersey were cousins from the Bridge and Tunnel crowd. And this is probably because New York was still reeling from the punk movement and were not ready for an epidemic of anthrax. Anthrax signed with Megaforce Records and released Fistful of Metal in 1984. Lilker left to form Nuclear Assault, replaced by Frank Bello. Matt Fallon replaced vocalist Neil Turbin and was soon replaced by Joey Belladonna. The new album would be Spreading the Disease in 85. And the third album, Among the Living, was the breakthrough, going gold in 1987. John Bush replaced Belladonna. The Sound of White Noise achieved Anthrax's highest chart position at number 7 in the U.S. And Charlie Benante joined in 1983. Bassist Frank Bello and Scott Ian are the constants. Anthrax is a bacterial disease. Comes from sheep and cattle, and it affects humans, and it causes skin ulcers, and it opens the door for pneumonia. And those of you who are sick today with pneumonia, I can relate. A U.S. tour supporting Black Sabbath when Sabbath's Glenn Hughes' voice gave out in 86. Anthrax then toured Europe with Overkill. Agent Steel, the show near Chernobyl, Ukraine, took place soon after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. And Anthrax survived that. In fact, it thrived. Next stop in Sweden was infamous due to the bus accident that took the life of Metallica bassist Cliff Burton. Let me see what's up. See if I can find Anthrax a little later, and no, that's all right. Anthrax's third album, Among the Living, began a lyrical trend focusing on movies, comics, and Stephen King novels. The album was dedicated to Cliff Burton's memory. A U.S. tour with Living Colour followed, a collaborative with rappers UTFO, and the Headbangers Ball followed. In '89, MTV sponsored a contest in which the winner would have their home thrashed by the band. And Anthrax would appear on Married with Children, where the Bundys win just such a contest. This made Anthrax seem silly to the heavy metal community. The band's response was to release Persistence of Time, which was a darker, more technical sound. Anthrax then collaborated with Public Enemy on Bring the Noise, which was a hit. Anthrax signed with Elektra in '93. Sound of White Noise had an alt-rock flavor. Anthrax refused to change their name when 9/11 happened. I guess 9/11 would prompt a change in the name of a band named Anthrax. Yeah, I can see that. But they didn't change. They said, no, we're going to stay with Anthrax. It's gotten us this far. Anthrax appeared on stage in boiler suits. The New York PD and the New York Fire Department gave support to the band. They're like, changing the name of Anthrax is not going to build the towers back up into the sky. What a fucked up day that was. Woohoo. I don't care what they say. The shit we're going through now is nothing like that. There's a photo of Anthrax in these suits they were wearing, and it appears on the inside of "We've Come for You All." To change then the band's name because of the World Trade Center disaster would, I think, send the wrong message anyway. Will the same be said in 2020 with this pandemic? We'll have to see. Yeah. Yeah. 70,000 Tons of Metal was a cruise tour in 2017. We'll see again after 2020 if these concert ocean liner cruises will still be a thing. I imagine that they're kind of at anchor now. Anthrax opened for Slayer on their farewell tour. That's not Anthrax's, but Slayer's farewell tour. Here are the albums: Fistful of Metal in '84, Spreading the Disease in '85, Among the Living in '87, State of Euphoria in '93, Stomp 442 in '95, Volume 8, The Threat Is Real in '98, We've Come for You All in '03, Worship Music in '11, For All Kings in 2016. Forgot to mention Persistence of Time in '90 and Sound of White Noise in '93. Pardon my forgetting those two albums. Did you just say underwear? Why did they say underwear? Must be hearing things. Well, that's all I got on Anthrax. Like I said, this is the old Anthrax. Check out the new Anthrax. Still at it. Thrashing to this day. See you next time.